So no agreement with the EU, but
welcome back. 65 to secure an early passage into the last 8. After winning the first 2 quarters, 18-10 and 24-13, the Tigers could not keep up the momentum at the third quarter as Egypt emerged top with 19-14 to narrow the gap going into the last quarter. It was a fiercely contested 4-2 quarter as the North Africans tried harder to get back into the game. However, the Tigers stood suddenly to see the game off, winning the final quarter 27-23, and the game ended in 83-65 in favor of Nigeria D Tigers. An impressive feat, of course, for the D Tigers, in this particular edition of the FIBA Afro Basketball Championship, Jerry.
Yes, a very, very interesting feat which the Tigers have been able to pull off over time against this formidable North African side, Egypt.
DR Congo in the first game, and now they've also taken down Egypt as well in this particular championship. And talking about the coach of the side, Rena Wakama, just appointed a few weeks before the kickoff of the competition. But taking a look at what she's been able to do, taking 5 home-based players and as well some players from Europe and America, for this particular edition of the championship. I don't know what you make of how she's been able to put the team together, for we to see these results.
Well, Rena Wakama, I'll give credit to her for being able to assemble this team made up of some home-based players in order for them to get the result and also progress past this stage. Well, building up to this point in time, we know that she was appointed some weeks before the tournament had to begin, and I really want to congratulate her for her fine piece of co-proficiency which she has actually displayed over time by making sure that even though she selected some home-based players, they were actually able to get the result in which they needed, because one thing about every competition is there's certainly going to be a winner. So irrespective of the players you fielded, so far you're coming up with the result, definitely you're good to go. So Rena, welcome, kudos to you. But through the planning process up to this point in time, I think that she has been able to assemble the best. But I think that there's still much more room for improvement. We shouldn't tie any of the successes to luck. There's still much more room for improvement.
All right, let's stay away from basketball to take a look at Formula 1. Was such an impressive race we saw over the weekend. Talking about the Belgian Grand Prix as Max Verstappen invincible streak continue out the Belgian Grand Prix with another crushing win. The double world champion started in 6th position, but took the lead at a Seppa Franco champ on lap 17 of 44 before taking the checkered flag in 32.3 seconds clear off for his fallen Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez. Verstappen triumph was his 8th in a row, one shy of Sebastian Vettel's record and 10th from the 12th round that was seen this year. It's been an impressive one for Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Jerry, we've seen him dominating the race since it got started at his stand. It ended very well for him at the Belgian Grand Prix, and
a very good feat attained by Max Verstappen. 8 victories in a row That's a very, very good one for the Red Bull driver. We want to see Lewis Hamilton up on the screens again because I'm a real big fan of Hamilton. But just like Mercedes boss said, Toto Wolff, it seems the victory of Hamilton, sorry, the victory of Verstappen week in week out has made the other drivers compete as if they're in Formula 2. But we want to really give credit to Max Verstappen, who has been proficient in behind the wheels and in the driving. I also want to thank Red Bull for making their engines more and more available and more usable for Max Verstappen to come up to this point in time. Even the second seated person is also from Red Bull, so we could see how good this automobile company has been able to they have carved a niche for themselves and definitely for the drivers too. So we want to see Mercedes also come up, and also Aston Martins, they are very good, and also their drivers too, we want to see them get the victory.
Talking about the Belgian Grand Prix results, Max Verstappen returned took up the first position. Sergio Perez came second, Charles Leclerc third, Lewis Hamilton taking up the fourth position, Fernando Alonso fifth, George Russell sixth, Lando Norris seventh, and Esteban Ocon taking up the eighth position, Lance Stroll taking up the ninth position, and Yuki Tsunoda taking up the 10th position. But let's stay away from Formula One as we take a look at the FIFA Women's World Cup. It was such an impressive encounter for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Early hours for today, as of course they were able to play a goalless draw against Republic of Ireland today, and courtesy of that draw, they were able to seal the qualification to the round of 16 of the FIFA Women's World Cup. Jerry, been an impressive run so far for the Super Falcons in the FIFA Women's World Cup. They played 3 matches in the group stage for the competition. They've drawn 2, and they only won of those matches, in the group stage as it stands. Taking a look at their performance, are you impressed with the way they've played in the group stage of the competition?
Well, I'll give them 60%. At least they qualified. 60 over 100. At least they qualified for the knockout stages of the game. A lot is still needs to be done by this Super Falcon side headed by Randy Waldrum. A lot needs to be done concerning the midfield and concerning the attack. We can say we have really done well in the defense line by just conceding 2 goals in the group stages. But we can also do more when it comes to the midfield and also the attack, because when you look at it, there were some goal scoring chances the Super Falcons did not really convert. So definitely, if we're really able to be technical proficient when it comes to goal scoring opportunities, and the midfielders should be able to do their job, definitely we can come out with a result. Fantastically, we have really done well when it comes to the defense line by just conceding 2 goals in 3 games. That's fair enough, but I give it to them when it comes to the round of 16. I also see them going further if they have to put themselves in order and make do with the improvements.
Talking about the round of 16 games, England might be the possible opponents for Nigeria, or probably Denmark, as it stands. So, do you see it being possible for Nigeria to get past these teams?
Well, if it's England, let's throw it behind the Super Falcons. They have really done well. England is somewhat a formidable team, but they have struggled in their last games, scoring just a goal in about 2 straight games, and they've really struggled. Injuries in the squad, and if we can capitalize on that, we can as well arrange every sector or every segment of our defense line, of our midfield, of the attack, and also the goalie. Definitely, we can as well get the required result we need, because the round of 16 is just a game, and if you're knocked out, and if you lose, you're knocked out. So definitely, if the Super Falcons are able to arrange their defense line, which they have really done well concerning that, but I want to lay emphasis on the midfield and also the attacking positions. The players who occupy this position should be able to give their best 101% so that they get the result, and that they get that done between a short possible time.
All right, let's see how it goes for the Super Falcons. So for Nigeria, they have the knockout stage, or for the 2023 edition of for the FIFA Women's World Cup, and we'll look forward to see how far they will go in this one. But talking about other results in the FIFA Women's World Cup matches we saw today, Costa Rica, of course, they lost to Zambia 3 goals to 1, and Zambia got their first win in the FIFA Women's World Cup. Japan were able to beat Spain 4 goals to 0 in that encounter, and Canada, of course, they lost to Australia 4 goals to 0. But joining us as well this evening is Ayo Kevin. Good evening to you, Kevin, and welcome to Sport Extraordinary.
Having me here on Sport Extra.
All right, Kevin, quick one. Let's just take you on this one. What do you make of the Super Falcons of Nigeria? They've qualified to the knockout stage of for the FIFA Women's World Cup. They played 3 matches in the group stage, and they drew 2 and were able to win 1. How impressed are you with the performance of the Super Falcons in the group stage of the competition?
Well, I think we must give kudos to the Super Falcons of Nigeria for rewriting the wrongs of the critics. Prior to this World Cup, a lot of persons do not give the Super Falcons a chance, but they went all out there despite the issues of match bonus allowance, salaries not being paid by the Nigerian Football Federations. The Super Falcons still had the badge behind them. They had to fly the flag of Nigeria very high. They were very determined in their first game against Canada that they drew goalless draw in that particular. And so we saw the very best of our team, and we definitely knew that this team would definitely go all out to ensure that they give Nigeria the best performance ever. The game against Australia, we saw, despite being a goal down, the quick equalizer proved the difference for the Super Falcons side. The momentum, the morale booster came around, and they went ahead to win that particular encounter by 3 goals to 2, topping that particular group for the very first time. And now they drew against Ireland goalless draw, a very good result for the Super Falcons going into the round of 16, being the knockout stage. Nigeria could either face England or Denmark in that particular, but any of this team that comes to play, definitely we are playing for the pride of Nigeria. Even if they crashed out at that round of 16, definitely we must give kudos to them because they show determination, they show commitment.
Right, hey, are you there? All right, so we'll try to see how we can get back to Ayo to give us his take on the performance of the Super Falcons of Nigeria in the FIFA Women's World Cup. All right, let's just stay a bit from there. See, we have Kevin back on the show. Kevin, are you there?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm standing by.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you read me loud and clear?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, the Super Falcons has done so well for themselves. The round of 6
from Thiago. What do you make of it? Mauricio Pochettino, he has started winning. He just won a trophy for Chelsea in the preseason tournament. Or preseason.
Well, it is a very good trophy for Mauricio Pochettino led Chelsea side, and it will definitely turn around the worst season of Chelsea. That's the previous season, and into a good. Let's expect more from the Chelsea side because this season no team is a pushover. I must tell you, a lot of signing has been done. Good deals have been in the transfer market has been very busy for the likes of Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, and even Manchester City as well. And we've seen how far they fared in the preseason tournament. Arsenal has been able to gather some results, same as Chelsea. Now winning a preseason trophy is a good one for them, and let's expect to see more of these performance once the season kicks off. But all the same, Mauricio Pochettino came with his own different tactics, and let's see how it pans out as the season kicks off.
Interesting one. Let's see how it pans out as the season kickoff. Jerry, Manchester United, they lost to Borussia Dortmund, and Andrew Onana, the new goalkeeper, was in between the sticks, for United in that encounter. This is the second game that United has lost with Onana being in goal.
It doesn't mean that Andrew Onana is a bad GK, as they may call it. Andrew Onana is a very, very good goalkeeper and experienced one, the 27-year-old. I really commend the Cameroonian international for that. Well, this is just preseason games, and we won't use that to judge. You can't judge a book by its cover. But for me, I think that he's in the team to add more spice to it, and also to make sure that United get the result in which they want. We could look at the rant against Harry Maguire in the last game that they lost to Borussia Dortmund in the US. And this is someone who is hungry to get more results in the Manchester-based club. So definitely Andre Onana is not a misfit for United with United. So I see him getting them because of his experience.
Impressive one we saw down there for Borussia Dortmund. And in another game, Barcelona, of course, they beat Real Madrid by 3 goals to 1. Talking about the preceding game, and Atletico Madrid defeated Manchester City 2 goals to 1. But Ayo, coming up at the moment, we hear that Sadio Mane, of course, will be leaving Bayern Munich and heading down to Saudi Arabia.